Good morning, lovely people. You know what I think? Like, I love how the universe works, and I love how things just always, at least for me, and I hope for you if that's what you're looking for. But these crows always be talking so much. They talk a lot. Anyways, I just want to say, like, you know how you have those thoughts of, like, I wonder, like, once upon a time when I was younger, I used to always wonder about, like, the homeless people. There's be particular people, like, not just like random people, but like the neighborhood person who would be running around up and down. I'm like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. And 3 days later, like, they'd pop up and I'd be happy to see them because, they're living on the street. They're using substances that, are detrimental to their health, but they're addicted to it, so you can't really do much. And they're constantly doing their back and forth up and down around the streets, doing their odds and ends jobs to get whatever they need. And I just remember always thinking, like, hey, like, I wonder how they're doing. And I knew that if I, like, asked about them and I hope they're doing okay, like, I knew that they would, like, come around my sphere and be like, I'm here, right, without saying I'm here, and be like, I'm here. So I would always be happy, but I knew that after like a few days of no answer, like, that person was probably no longer here. And I remember a particular person for years, which was great and nice, and I was like kind of content in the sense of, like, I can't help them. There was no way I could help them. But just happy to see. On that same note, there's been different ideas that have been popping into my head, and I just been really, really pondering, like, and it's not like I've been looking for it online because I haven't, and I don't go Google searching everything. But I've been thinking about this one particular thing, and I know that my TV doesn't listen to me because it's not the same account that I have that's on my phone. And when I do ask these questions, I'm like far away from my TV. But like, one thing popped up, and it's something that I really, really, really want to learn about. And it's definitely something that I'm just like, life is that amazing. Like, it's so beautiful. It comes in so many shades, right? And it really is all perspective. Excuse me. I think that if you want to see that yellow car, you're going to see the yellow car. It's going to come around. But some people don't get the concept of, well, that's what you want to look at. And sometimes we could be in that like downward spiral, which it's normal because we all go through it. We all go up, we all go down. And sometimes even like being tired, being sleep deprived can actually feel like depression. So then you feel like really down and your life is just like, it's just not great. But I think that sometimes it takes a little bit of education in order for you to know these things. And by education is like either wanting to know so that these sources can come to you and you can be aware, or also within friends or different, YouTube channels, people who communicate that much more differently than you do to help you understand or interpret how to express your words. Because I know that as an adult, a young adult, as opposed to now, and as opposed to a child, when you got ADD and you barely remember what your high school was all about because you couldn't even remember to turn in your homework because you were like, oh, did we turn in the homework already? When did that happen? Like, I would miss all kinds of past my head. On top of, I come from a family who migrated here, and their educational background was at most first, second grade. So it's just basically like a standard of not having the correct words to use, on top of I'm bilingual. Do you know how challenging that is? There are words in English that I know that I don't know in Spanish, and there are words in Spanish that I don't know in English because that's just my brain. So there's not all the time that you're going to know how to communicate, express yourself, and I think that has a lot to do like with relationships and not being able to express yourself in a way where you're not upset, and having emotional intelligence is something that isn't taught, and not everyone has it, and not everyone wants to learn it or even wants to understand it. But it's something that is very helpful, and it helps you keep yourself together. And learning has just been the facet for me. I love to say that I'm a jack of all trades, and there are so many things that I love to learn about. And one of them is emotional intelligence and how to communicate and how to better my person and also come off as a understanding person, because best believe I'm that person, and I know there's not many people out there, but I'm that person that will put myself in your shoes just to understand you just a little bit better, because I always say humans always interest me. Like, I like to know why they tick and why they act a certain way. And like, you often think about like what made a person choose this route. Like, every decision choice has that why I'm this way. Like, there's certain things in my life that I will never do again, but because of that one situation, it shifted me into another direction. And knowing that about yourself is a very powerful thing. So I say this to say, like, there's a few things that popped up today online that I'm like, okay. Sometimes you get on the scrolling and you're like, bloop, bloop, bloop. But I'm like, my phone ain't giving me nothing that I want to see, hear, or nothing. Then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, let me just turn my TV. Let me turn my phone off, turn TV, put something in the background, excuse me. And I see what I'm looking for partially, not completely. But I see what I'm looking for, and I see the mind shift in which direction I want to go. The key is noticing the cues that are what you've been looking for and going in that direction. Not everybody listens to those things. I think we sometimes listen and we sometimes don't. And we ignore it because we're like, meh. But sometimes it's okay to listen. And then sometimes you just realize all you needed to do was just jump in the water and learn how to swim. Because if you didn't know how to swim, then don't jump in the water. I'm just saying. Like, one of my friends says, Olivia, you know a little bit of a lot. And I do. And I love to learn. And I have always been a metiche, okay? I've been a metiche my whole life. I've always been a metiche looking at people cook, a metiche looking at people working on cars, a metiche listening to my own car, putting the pieces together. I've been a metiche when it comes to number crunching. I've been a metiche when it comes to creating things. I've been a metiche when it comes to all kinds of things. You just have to understand that you're just a metiche. Like, you just like knowing. Are these things going to help you? Maybe, but maybe not. And maybe in the future, you'll be able to use it. And it's just like, I've even had another confirmation earlier because I've been so nosy my whole life. And I say it, okay? And I love to ask questions. Why? It's not to question the person that is doing the teaching, or even if they didn't know that they were being a teacher at the moment. I love to ask questions because my brain wants to know, like, well, how does that even tick? And how does that even happen? Well, my mother-in-law was asking questions about a vehicle, and I was like, maybe it's this. And then she said something, and somebody else put their 2 cents, and I was like, And then today there was a phone call, or yesterday, and my husband was saying something, and I was like, oh, so my assumption was probably right, huh? Huh? Like, that is the coolest. You don't know when these skills are going to be put into effect, or when you're going to have to use them or share them or hit the archives of your mind and give you the answers that you've been looking for, that you've already had, because you're that metiche. You're that person that wants to know all the things. No offense to nobody. I just like knowing. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to make you feel some type of way. It's just been a part of my creation. And I know this is a bunch of random everything in one little video that I'm here creating. But to see this on the YouTubes, on the everywheres, to see like what it is that you're looking for, what it is you want to do, and which direction you want to shift, and which direction you want your world to go. Like, the most important thing is knowing that that's what you want to do. And to see it pop up 4 different kinds of things, like, that's definitely a little sign. Take it. And that's what I'm saying to you. Like, if you hear a little something, if you notice a little something, if it's something that you are interested in and you see like a little something, notice it, work with it, pay attention, follow the yellow brick road. Like, I often think about TV and the cartoons and the movies and books. Like, they all have little glimpses of stuff that this whole universe is made of. Our, right here, the earthly universe is what I mean. And there's this creation that gives you these little clues and cues, and everybody has theirs. Everybody has theirs. Everybody. We're not all the same. We all like different things. Everyone likes different things, and there might be some people who like similar stuff. But it's just knowing and paying attention to those things that is just like the coolest. Like, starting this year off, I have been going in a direction that isn't my normal. Obviously, it's different. I need change. Change is something that is so important to me. And it's always been important to me. My mom used to change the 4 walls all the time. Like, there was always something that had to be changed. Let it be the curtains, the carpets, the paint. Every 3 months there was a new bedspread. There was new curtains every 3 months. And she was always, obviously she was a housewife, so her 4 walls needed to change, because if not, it got boring. But it's just something that instilled also in me that I do that. So, and right now, like, one of those things that, sorry, just one second. Sorry, I got a little distracted. But back on the same note, the universe has the cues to help you in the things that you want to know and or do. Because just best believe you can shift it. If you're feeling shitty, more shitty stuff. If you're feeling happy, more happy stuff. And that's not to say that bad shit doesn't happen every day, or good shit just doesn't happen every day. It just means, where do you want to give your energy? Perfect example. I love this one. I don't know if I'm just on a rant rage or talking around or sharing all my business a little bit halfways, because, I don't like to share everything with everybody, but that's just the kind of person that I am. But I like to share a lot with everybody, which makes little to no sense, but lots of sense. So this is something that always happens to me, and I talk about it all the time. And I say it always happens to me because I believe it happens to me all the time. One, I like to feel the universe out. Stick my little hand up there in the, see how's it feeling. I want to go to the store. Okay, do I want to go to the store today? Oh, there's too many people there. No, thank you. I'm here at home. I'm sticking my hand out like, feeling energy out. Nope, not going. But when I get that cue of like, okay, I'm going to the store. It's cool. It's not that many people yet. Let me go now. So every time I go to the store, I get all my stuff. Next thing you know, I'm at the line because I'm done. I got all my stuff. I like to go in, like to go out. Don't like to hang out too much in the store. And I get in the line. I'm always the first or the second person in line. Always. But just when I turn around and look behind me, there's like 8 to 10 people behind me. Sometimes 5, sometimes 8, sometimes 10. Like there's people behind me. Like I beat them to the line. Or we all had this thing, but I'm always first or second. Always first or second. There is no I'm back there. And if I'm back there, I knew I was going to be back there the second I had to go to the store. I knew. I felt it. It could be coincidence. It could be just as that's what always happens. But that's what I truly believe. So it happens for me. The lady yesterday at the store went to Walmart to go get one of these things. And she's like, it goes all the way up there at the very top, like the extra ones because they didn't pull them down yet. I said, oh, I want that one. Look, I'll figure out how to get it. If you can't get it for me, I'll figure out how to grab it. I'll go grab a broom. I'll go push it off the thing. Like, I'm going to get what I want. The lady goes, oh, no, we don't have any ladder. I said, oh, no, yeah, the ladder's right there. And she goes, oh, you are really lucky. I said, yes, I'm always lucky. I'll take that. I'm always lucky. Because there ain't no way I'm not. There ain't no way I'm not. We ain't taking my luck away from me never, ever again in life. Nobody's snatching it away. This is mine. If you want some, you can have some. But this is mine. You have yours. All right. It's all this little extra talk today. But I'm saying stuff is popping up for a reason. Something that you're interested in, something you want to know, something that you just think about all the time and you just can't stop thinking about it. And it just bloop, right here, right there, confirmation. And so this year has been a new year and transitions and changes, and I find it to be so awesome and so cool. Ask for a few things. Maybe in the future I'll share, but I've already written it down, things that I want. And maybe in the future I'll definitely share it so that way you know my confirmations. All right, so if this ramble was something that you listened to all the way to the end, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget that you're amazing. You're cool. You got all the things that you need. And if you don't, you can always have them. It's just either a slow process or a fast process. How much you're willing to work? How easy is it for you to get it done? Huh? How easy? It's practice. This world here is just nothing but practice in different levels. And once you realize that it's a transition that you can put yourself through, because nobody else can do it for you. Nobody. Only you. All right. Have a wonderful day. I talk to you later with my nonsense. All right. Love you. Bye.